So supply and confidence, does this come without any caveats, and is there any quid pro quo that you've suggested or arranged?
Tom, would anyone think that I'm a bush ranger and take advantage of the situation to get largesse from my own area?
Your voters might hope so.
Well, of course I am. Of course I am. But what is good for Hewenden is good for Australia. You live in an empty country, there's no one living in it. There's a little tiny population clinging to the coastline. 93% of the surface area of Australia is populated by under 1 million people. And that's my homeland. And it also happens to be Scott Morrison, his mother's a Gilmore, the Gilmore's homeland, Cloncurry. If the irrigation schemes are proceeded with, and behind the scenes there has been battle after battle after battle on this, I wanted to guarantee those schemes.
Let's just step through this then, sorry. So you're giving supply and confidence, whatever happens.
Yeah.
Scott Morrison, that's step one. Have you then demanded something in return, and has he said yes to that?
At this point of time, I have reinforced in his mind that the program has been very, very rickety indeed to deliver those water projects. And I want a consolidation and confirmation of the government's commitment to those water schemes, which will cost the government nothing and will earn them $1 squillion in tax revenue as the years go by. That's where we're standing at the present moment, Tom.
So what does that mean? Are we expecting something on water schemes in the next budget, for example?
Well, there's already been 270 million allocated, budgetary allocation.
So what are you saying specifically? Are you saying he needs to follow through on commitments for existing infrastructure?
I'm not stopping there, and I will have the support of one or two members of the Liberal Party, as well as, I'm very confident, all of the support of the crossbenchers, and I think in that situation, the ALP. Affordable living is one of the most important issues in this country. People just simply cannot afford to live. I mean, the cost of a house is like 600,000 or 700,000, and that's true in the cities in North Queensland, as well as Sydney and Brisbane. So you've got that, and yet nothing has happened. We've ceased to be an industrial country. We have no complex manufacturing at all now.
Well, you're sketching out a very big wish list now.
Yes, but I will refine
these are just
that
conversations
down.
about what your priorities with Scott Morrison.
I will refine that down to some very, very definite specifics.
So they're not refined yet?
No. There's another wish. There's another wish list out there, and remember, I'm not Robinson Crusoe here. You know, I need to have the support of the crossbenchers, and in these issues, I'm quite sure I will have the support of crossbenchers and a hell of a lot of the Liberals, but only a few of them will stand up.
So you're working on a refined list of policies or projects with the rest of the crossbench that will be then presented to the government or the Prime Minister. Is that what you're saying?
Not with the crossbench, but you know, I am hopeful that they will most certainly give us support.
All right, but there's no established quid pro quo at this stage.
No, except what was already agreed to when I had 9 days of the balance of power previously. But I make this point to the people of Australia, Tom, that if you want something done, you give it to a member of the government. He is emasculated because he's a member of a political party that he has to toe the line with. That is not the case in a small political party or an independent.
Well, we have to wait for these sort of brief windows of relevance at the same time.
Well, you know, I mean, there's bloody a lot of people in Labor and Liberal would like to see these things happen, I can tell you.
All right, just a couple of quick questions. The Clean Energy Finance Corporation, the government's push for this to include gas in its mandate. Barnaby Joyce and Craig Kelly have indicated they want coal as well. Where would you sit on this if it came up for a vote? I
am the great advocate for coal in Australia. I'm paid up, flag-waving member of the CFMEU, Coal Miners Union. And naturally, I half my bloody electorate works in coal mines.
It would be somewhat, well, it'd be a strange placement for it within the Clean Energy Finance Corporation. But you'd vote.
Well, Tom, this this is a good question to ask, a very good question to ask. There is new technology. I have switched my position completely on the Collinsville big coal-fired power station. I opposed it because the cost of electricity would be very, very high. I opposed it because the cost of electricity. But the new technologies, you take the CO2, not as a byproduct or emission, you take it as a product. We want to produce as much CO2 as possible to feed to algae and ponds. Now, very few places in Australia can do it.
Still pretty expensive though right now.
No, on the contrary. You make $1 squillion out of it. It is high-protein stock feed. So,
all right.
We'll have zero emissions coal-fired power station.
You push for coal within the CEM?
Yes, because new technologies give us clean coal.
Okay.
And I'll be very specific. It's the algae pond
strongly
technology.
debated about how clean it is, but that's your position.
But it's a very important point. Thank you for the question.
Bob Catter, thank you.